Well, good morning again on another beautiful bright day here in the Cadiz drydock. So we're just about halfway through the period where the ship will be dry. So by now we would expect to see shafts being returned, propeller shafts being returned. In fact, the ship should be starting to get refitted. Everything that was taken off should be returning now to be fitted back into the ship, and once that is done, then the painting of the hull will commence. So we're going to have a walk through the dock and see what progress has been made over the past few days. I did notice that the starboard propeller shaft had been returned this morning. I could see it being brought back from the workshops where it's been polished and measured and checked for any deformation in the alignment. Everything's great, and I noticed this morning as well as it went by that a new anode had been placed on the end of the propeller hub. So let's go and have a look, and we'll take a wander around the dry dock and see what progress has been made, and we'll have a general commentary on what we can see. So let's have a wander around. Here we can see the new round sacrificial anode bolted onto the end of the hub. This is the propeller hub, of course, and this is made up of an alloy. You can see that this is like a bronze nickel alloy, and so we have a zinc anode put on the end of it, and we can see that this is the shaft that's been returned now. As I said, it's been measured, it's been polished, it's been cleaned, and the alignment of the shaft has been checked to make sure that it's still straight and true. And very shortly I can see the guys up on the platforms here getting ready to put it back into the stern tube. The stern tube seals have been replaced, and of course once this is back in, then the rudder and the rudder shaft will be replaced, and finally the propeller blades will be put back on. Once the starboard side has been done, then we'll start working on the port side. I've also noticed that the stern thruster has been returned from the workshop, and we'll go and have a look at that. The stern thruster is being refitted into the tube. We'll carry on down. Very bright day today, beautiful shadows here, big puddles to negotiate as the cooling water is still pouring out the bottom of the hull. We'll go and have a look underneath the hull. Underneath the hull now, and there's a tank over in here that I want to have a look at. I'm just checking my decibel meter reading, 82, 83, so I've got my earplugs in, we'll keep them in. Let's go and have a look up inside this tank. Okay, we're inside 11 port. So this is one of our double bottom ballast tanks, and this one is going to be sand blasted out or water blasted out and recoated. So we can see here what we're looking at here. This is the bottom of the ship here. This is the structure running fore and aft, so this is forward, this is aft. Manholes that water can pass through fore and aft, and also side to side. And these are called mouse holes. And this lets the water on the bottom flow through. You can see that the paint is in need of renewal, so this whole tank will be sandblasted or water blasted out, and then it will have primer undercoat and a special paint put on here which protects the metal from corrosion. And normally we have to do these probably once every 10 years, so it has been a while since this one's been done. We have to come and inspect these. We normally inspect these tanks every couple of months when they're empty, obviously. Okay, it's really quite dusty in here. They're blasting, I can hear they're blasting away through the forward end of the tank, and it's very noisy and very dusty, so I'm going to get out of here now. My goodness, the noise. So, round here are the guys using the high pressure water blaster. I tell you, the background noise is absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't got your ear protectors in, you're going deaf in a very short period of time. Dry docks are not one of the safest places to work in, so you really have to watch where you're standing. Make sure you wear all your safety gear. And today I've got my earplugs in, I've got my dust mask on, I've got my eyes protected, I've got my helmet on, boiler suit, safety boots, and you're always watching, keeping your eyes peeled just to make sure you're looking after your own safety. The noise is getting a bit less now, but you can see if you walk through this lot, you really have to keep your wits about you, but also you're watching above you all the time. Make sure there are no heavy loads over your head. So you may remember that I showed you where we had cut a hole in the ship's side to bring the new laundry equipment in. Well, it's been welded up now. Here it is. And a beautiful job they've done. And the white is penetrating dye, and that's been put on there to check for any imperfections. And as you can see up here, I don't know if you can see that, there are a couple of areas that need redoing, so they will ultrasonically check the weld, because obviously this is the main hull, and even a small leak will be disastrous. So once they've done the dye check, they then go round with a little ultrasonic probe and they check all the welds to make sure that there's no imperfections and no holes. And here we can see that they've found some imperfections, and that's what these marks are. So they will come back and they will grind the weld and they'll redo the weld, and then they'll check it again, and they'll keep doing that until they're perfectly happy that the weld is sound. And of course on the other side we've got another opening that we need to do, and all those holes that we found in the hull where they've gone into clean tanks from inside, or from outside inside if you will, they'll be doing exactly the same thing. Quite a bit of work to do there.